So, hey guys, um, I'm gonna talk about Twilight. As you can see in my name, I absolutely love Twilight. It's just amazing. Um, so yeah, I just seriously don't get how someone can hate Twilight because, first of all, it's different to other vampire movies because he Stephanie Meyer made up, like, not the vampire, but like she made up like the vampires have different powers and stuff, and that they don't have to drink human blood, and that like that they're basically vegetarians, the Cullens, because they like suck on animal blood, and so I don't get how you can like hate it because it's different and it's a different kind of vampire and um like he shines like diamonds and stuff and he doesn't sleep in a coffin. Edward doesn't, and so yeah. And then you also have the Jacob Black part of it, and he is like a werewolf, but she made it different too. Like they're not like you hear like legends about werewolves and stuff, and they're not the same. Because he has this tattoo on the side of his shoulder, and so yeah, and it's different. And she also made it that the werewolves hunt in packs as well, and that they also kill vampires. So I don't see how you can hate that part. And then if you hate vampires, then you have the werewolf side of it, and then if you hate werewolves, you have the vampire side of it. So you can win both ways really. And yeah, and then the love story between Edward, Bella, and Jacob, and that is just really good because if you're Team Jacob in Twilight New Moon, you get to like, well, Jacob is basically like the main guy. Edward's out of the picture now, and it's just Jacob. And then you actually get to see Bella forming a good friend, an amazing friend, and she loves him. She does, but she just doesn't love him as much as Edward. And so yeah, and so if you are Team Jacob, then if you watch the first Twilight, then I would kind of understand if you don't like that. But I just seriously don't get how you could hate the first one anyway. And so, and like you get a mixture of Jacob and Edward in there, and then Breaking Dawn Part One, you get a mixture of a half vampire and half human baby, and it can't get any better than that. And how can you hate something like that? Because it has loads of action in it, which is also good because it's also good for guys. Because if there's loads of action in it, then guys is obviously they're obviously gonna like it. So, and I think that if you're a guy, and like no offense, okay, but this is just what I think. I wouldn't. If you're a guy, then you just you gotta love Twilight because, well, you don't have to love Twilight. You don't go and love Twilight. But I'm just saying that Twilight's amazing. So, and it has action in. And if you're a guy and you don't like action, then you're just gay. I'm really sorry. I just don't want to be offensive to you, but it's true though, isn't it? Because I don't know, you're not a proper guy if you don't like action. Like even if it's just some action, that's okay. But and yeah, and so the love story is so much different to any other love story because he's like there's no there's no one that's actually after Edward, no one. And so it's just like it's not a bad thing. And there's no one that wants to actually break Bella and Edward up. And if you think another love story, there's always girl and a boy, girl and a guy, and and then there's this other person who's trying to break it up. And so when you're like hearing me say that, you're going to say, oh, Jacob's trying to break it up. He's not trying to break it up though, because he doesn't want to break it up. if you've actually read the book, then you actually know how he feels, because like you get a taste of how he feels in Breaking Dawn when there's like all that part. And so yeah, I seriously don't get how anyone can hate Twilight, because you have a load of mixture of stuff in there. You have like romance, and there's some comedy in there as well. You probably don't notice it, but there is, like in Twilight New Moon, when when Edward says, "Don't trust vampires, trust me," and then you just sit there like, you are a vampire, so yeah, we can't really trust you. But yeah, that's just like a funny moment. And then in Breaking Dawn Part 1, when Alice says, "Does anyone have vision?" Well, no, Alice. No one else has vision. You're the only one with the power of vision. And then Breaking Dawn Part 2, there's some funny bits in there too. Yeah, and so, yeah. It's Twilight, you know, and I don't mind if you hate it, you know, but if you do hate it, then seriously, you're gonna have to, just like it. Like, not like forcing you, but you're just gonna have to stop and think about why you hate it. Because the reason why I like it is because of a lot of reasons. Because it has the werewolf with the six pack, and that is pretty fit. He is pretty fit, Jacob. But I'm Team Edward. Team Edward all the way. And I absolutely love Twilight. Okay, I love Twilight. I'm a true Twilight fan. I was Twilight every single day, and wow, it's amazing. Okay, so yeah, and I actually have a poster right there, right here, and it says that, well, it looks like Team Edward has edged it. Anyone who doesn't think Hard Pats is lovely in every way needs their eyes tested. We're so jealous of Kristen Stewart. Grrr. So, you see, you need your eye tested if you don't like Robert Pattinson, and that's what it says. It says it, and if you don't believe me that I actually had that bit away, I'm actually gonna show you. Wait a sec, because I need to take the charger out. So yeah, as you can see, that's my Twilight rule. And that's the poster that says it there. Oh, this is really difficult, but it says it like that little thing. You can zoom out all the way up. You can see my Twilight rule, and it goes down here, and then back in. See it? So it's just like everywhere, and some photos down there. And so, yeah, you see? And I just seriously don't get how anyone can hate it, and it even says that how anyone else can hate it. Okay. So yeah. I actually want you to comment whether you hate Twilight or if you like Twilight, and don't forget to subscribe, because there's going to be a video every day, and I promise there will be. Okay. And if I don't have a video every day, then I'll do a video twice every day. And if I didn't do it twice every day, then I'll do it 3 times on one day. So yeah, you get the idea. But seriously, I think I'm still gonna go on another 10 minutes about how someone can hate Twilight, because there's a love story in it. There's a vampire in it, and there's another love story in it too. And there's another love story in it when you think about it, because there's Emily, Leah, and Sam. And so that's another love triangle, and nobody pays attention to that love triangle because it's not important. The only important thing is Edward, Jacob, and Bella. That's the only thing you're basically watching, like the whole theme of it. And I get that. But then if you just sit and think about Emily, Leah, and Sam, because Sam was with Leah, but he accidentally imprinted. Well, he didn't accidentally. His genes told him to. Oh, he has to be in love with this girl. So, and I feel so sorry for Sam, because he loved Leah, and he still does, basically, because in the book, it's like Jacob explains how hard it is, and then Lee's just like, well, it's hard, you know? And so, like, Leah, Sam, and Emily, and I have no offense, I have no, things against. I have nothing against Emily. It's not her fault that he imprinted on her. But you know, And then at the end of Breaking Dawn Part 1, Jacob imprints on Renesmee. I mean, come on. You can't get any better than that. He imprinted on the girl he loves, daughter, and the guy he hates, daughter. Now, that just can't get any better than that, can it? Because if you just seriously think about it, just seriously think about it right now, right in this very moment. While I'm talking about Twilight, think about it. Even if I'm still talking, you just need to sit down and, I don't know, put Twilight on if you have it, or go on, let me watch this, and so you can watch it for free. And yeah, you can just watch Twilight and just sit there and don't pay attention to it. Just what's ever happening, just like think things through and say, actually, that's actually alright. And so yeah, but seriously, Jacob's in love with Renesmee now, and he still has that feeling for Bella, but it's not. It's there's like a wall in between, and so this is the wall, and Bella is here, and Jacob is there, and it used to be just Bella, Jacob, that, and there used to be Edward in between. There's Edward, but now there's just a wall in between them, and that's because Jacob, has imprinted on Renesmee, and Renesmee is the wall. Okay, so Renesmee is the wall, and Jacob can't get through, and then Bella's here, and Bella can't get through either, because she's in love with Edward more. So, yeah, that was just a random thing that I just did there. I feel really stupid now, but, you know. So, yeah. So, how can literally anyone hate Twilight? You know? And I'm giving you wide eyes right now because I just don't get it. Okay? And how long is this video be? 12 minutes. So it's just turned 12 minutes, this video, and I feel really sorry for you if you have just sat there and just watched me talk about Twilight. But if you love Twilight, then you just have no idea at all how much I love it. I'm serious. I go on it about 24/7. And at school, and yeah, and I'm actually gonna do a New Moon book review, and the clips, book review, and the short took life of Britannia, and that's another subject that brings me, because I think that they should bring the movie The Short Took Life of Britannia out. If you haven't heard of it, I'll just go and get it for you. Here it is. And it's basically the girl at the end of the clips, there you go, who died. She's like, it tells you all about, like, you know, Riley's clan and stuff, and they won a vampire war. Well, it tells you all about that, and the vampire army, the newborn army, and it tells you about stuff, and it's set in her point of view, but it's sad at the end because they're just like, don't watch, and then she just dies, and I actually cried when I watched it, but I'm an emotional person, and so yeah, and the short second life of Britannia is really good. And if you think about Britannia, well, I won't explain much because I'm doing a bit review on it, but she's just this innocent girl, and it also has that in it. It also has innocent people, and then they turn into Riley to change into a vampire, and then she dies. She dies because of some stupid idiot who trusted a bitch. I'm really sorry. He trusted a bitch. And if he had never trusted that bitch, he would have never been under her rules. He would have never have literally touched Britannia, and then she just wouldn't have died. And that's just another story, you see. And there's just loads of stories in Twilight, and you can't get tired of it because each time you watch it, well, each time I watch it, you go, oh, I never noticed that, you know. And it's really good stories. There's loads of stories in it. There's one main story, but there's not one story in it. There's dozens of stories in it, and in other films you don't really get the other stories of it. And so yeah, I'm just gonna go now because I've been talking for 15 minutes about that, and yeah, but